Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-February 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Pisces. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you the meaning of the tarot cards as well as any intuitive messages I receive. Totally fine if you find this video a few days before the middle of the month, a few days after the middle of the month. You'll find it when you need it, Pisces. Please do, if you have not already, subscribe to my channel. That does help me very, very greatly. And you'll also be notified when I post videos in the future. And I usually post a couple Pisces videos a month. With that being said, let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what has happened in the last few weeks, what's wrapping up, coming to a close for you. Column 2, we're going to take a look at through the end of February. We're going to do a column specific to money, specific to love, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. Can't remember if I said it or not already, but to get a full picture of everything going on, I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising as well. But let's go and hop in and get started. The first card we have is going to be a summary card. Again, this is what's happened in the last few weeks, what's wrapping up and coming to a close for you. We have the card renewal. So likely a lot of you are feeling like your energies have been renewed. I'm feeling like a lot of you are like on the right wavelength. You're kind of like in your groove. Things are going really well for you, Pisces. Of course, let's clarify though and see what messages we have. The first card we have is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is a card of hard work. It's like studious. It's being very dedicated to something that's going on. It can also be a card of new love. Some of you could have gotten into a new relationship or even friendship in the last few weeks. But what I'm getting is that you've been working really hard towards something. The next card we have is the Justice card. The Justice card is a card of cause and effect. It's win-win. It's like truth coming out, but justice is always beneficial to you, so things are happening in your favor, Pisces. The next card we have is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of tradition. It's very conventional. It's a card of expectation and conformity. When I see the Hierophant, this is also a reminder to really trust your intuition. But what I'm getting is like things have been exceeding your expectations, specifically whatever this thing that happened in your favor. It worked out better than you expected it to is the message that I'm getting here, Pisces. But let's clarify and see what messages we've got going on. It's interesting, I was just telling you the Page of Cups how hardworking it is. Then we have a hard work card on top of it with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about mastering your craft, enjoying your employment, but it's about working hard, and those around you know that you're working hard. So whatever this shift or thing that's going on, Pisces, is something you've been working really hard for. So it's not like it just happened as a miracle. It's something that you've really worked hard for. The next card we have is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a card of self-sufficiency. It's also a very honest card. I think as you have found out through whatever this is you've been working on, Pisces, that like you can do it for yourself. Again, you can't really credit anybody else for this work. You have worked hard for whatever's going on. That card's just confirming it. And it is on top of the Justice card, which is like win-win, truth coming out, things happening in your favor. So the world is saying that you are going to get what you've been working so hard for, that you deserve. Then we have the Seven of Wands. If you look at the Seven of Wands, this person is holding one wand, but there are all these other wands essentially trying to hit them. This is a card of self-defense. It's having to protect yourself against competition. Some of you may have felt like others were even working against you as you were working towards this thing. But if you haven't felt it yet, it's going to even be better than you expected. Like I said, it's going to be exceeding your expectations. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is what's to come. So looking at the end of February, we have the card of context. So making sure you have the full context of everything that's going on. Making sure you understand the context of how things are happening. Let's clarify that message though and see what we get. Again, this is carrying us through the end of February. Look at all of those face cards. We have a Knight and 2 pages. But the first card we have is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very free-spirited, very creative. We're going to clarify and see where that's taking us, but I think that that's you. I'm getting that you need to keep an open mind, Pisces. Be open as these scenarios come up. Again, make sure you understand the context that they're happening in. We have the Page of Swords next, which is very curious. This sometimes is a card of like gossip though, or prying eyes, people trying to like spread rumors about you almost, but it could also be a card of seeking truth. Again, it's interesting the context card is there because like somebody might say something to you and maybe it's out of context. Again, that kind of ring of gossip, so just be on watch for that. Then we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is again very active, very creative. So we have lots of creativity cards. Creativity is going to be important going into the end of February for you. But let's clarify and see what else we're working with. We have the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of like envy, materialism, obsession. I think that that's going to tie to that Page of Swords where we're talking about that gossip. Again, it's like, don't get caught up in that because I'm getting that you don't have the full picture or the full context of what's happening, Pisces. So be very cautious of this, whether you are gossiping or somebody's gossiping to you, or if you're looking for truth, make sure you understand the context and you understand the full picture. The next card we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a card of being tolerant and being empathetic. What I'm getting, the message is coming through because we're on top of that Page of Swords, which is that gossipy card, is make sure that you just don't jump to a conclusion. Tolerant is the word that's sticking out here, and it's about like making sure you understand before you take action is the message I have for you. So like, don't just freak out when you hear something, I guess, or don't overreact or jump to a conclusion when you hear whatever this gossip or truth or kind of whatever you hear this news. Then at the bottom we have the Seven of Pentacles. You see this card, they planted the pentacles and now they're waiting for them to grow. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience, hard work, delayed success, waiting, and it's on top of that Page of Wands. I feel like you've been waiting for the chance to be creative, to be kind of set free. This is also going to speak to the gossip. Remember I was saying like don't jump to conclusions or make sure you have the full context. This is again a reminder to like things are going to be slow, but you need to be patient also. Make sure you get the full story before you move forward. Now let's talk about money in our next column. So this could be your job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, anything related to money, Pisces. The first card we have is the Judgment card. Similar to the Justice card, this is a card that's favorable to you. The Judgment card is going to give you clarity. There's going to be a final decision. It's kind of like a wake-up call, though, and living into your life's purpose. I do see that some of you could be switching jobs or switching job roles. Like, maybe this isn't what you want and you want to move closer to where you want to go long-term. So I feel like you're taking the next stepping stone towards the career or the financial situation that you want. Another example may be like with an investment. Maybe there is a certain investment you want to have, but you don't have enough money for it. So you're going to, this is totally just an example. Let's say you want to own a huge mansion, but the money that you have right now can afford you an apartment. So it's buying an apartment, but that apartment's getting you one step closer to the mansion. So even though you can't have the mansion yet, you have the apartment. Same thing with job. Like maybe you want to be a vice president at your company, but for now you're moving into a director role. So this is like stepping forward some way in the money sense for you. The next card we have is the Ten of Cups. For those of you that know me, the Ten of Cups is my favorite card. This is a card of family, contentment, total love, and support. But to me, this is like the card of everything. We have all the cups, the rainbow, there's a happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, water's running, there's a house in the background. This is the card of seriously having everything. And we love that money when we want to make sure you have enough money. When I see the Ten of Cups, oftentimes this is related to buying a house also. So for those of you trying to buy a house, this is a good sign for you. Houses end up in this column because they're an investment and related to money. At the bottom we have the World card. The World card is completing a goal or lesson. It's like something has come full circle. I do again think some of you could be switching jobs. That could be marking the end of time here, or switching job roles. You could also just be completing a big project at work. But definitely some indication of completion. The first clarifying card we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of needing to rest, retreat, renew. Again, that's on top of the Judgment card where we're having clarity, we're making a final decision. I feel like some of you may have had to think about what you truly want, and you've been kind of almost like debating back and forth if this next step is the right stepping stone for you. I think it is. I do think with the Four of Swords here, it's going to renew your energy. It's going to kind of provide that renewal that you need. The next card we have is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of worry. You see this person is sitting up in bed. It's like anxiety, stress. It's like overthinking or worrying to the point where it's keeping you awake at night. It could be giving you nightmares. For some of you, again, I feel like you're trying to buy this house and it just hasn't been working out. I'm going to say stick with it, but I can feel that it's bothering some of you. It's not going quite as quickly or the way you want it to. But hang on, Pisces, hang in there for the ride. It'll be worth it. Then at the bottom we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a great celebration card. It is also a card of reunion. So for those of you that are switching jobs, you could be getting reunited with somebody that you worked with formerly. But for those of you completing your project, moving on to something new, there's some celebration here. For those of you switching jobs, I would say that this is going to be a very good move for you. It's like a celebration that I see coming for you. All around a good card to have. It's confirming positivity. We could even tie that back to those of you that are worrying. I would say that it will be successful, whatever this financial or money related thing is that you've been worrying about. Now let's move into our next column, which is love. This could be single, married, in a relationship. It could also relate to having children or family and friends. The first card that we have is the Three of Cups. This is a card of friendship, another card of celebration. You also see they're standing in a circle here though. This is a card of circle of support. Some of you could be celebrating a relationship, so there could be like an engagement of some sort or baby news, something that's being celebrated. For those of you not celebrating something, this is coming through as like a circle of support. So I think you're well supported by your spouse or your friend group or your family. Definitely coming through as well supported. The next card we have is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a card of like theft, betrayal, dishonesty. You see this person is picking their stuff up and running away. It's moving on from something that wasn't very good. In some cases, some of you could be moving away from a relationship that was abusive, or you were betrayed, or there was some sort of dishonesty there. But it is also, again, that card of moving on, moving forward. Then at the bottom here, we have the Hermit card. The Hermit card is a card about going within for clarity. You see this light here. This is the light that's within yourself. So you're kind of guiding yourself through this light, and occasionally we need to look within, check in, and see that we're walking on the correct path still. So I would definitely say this is like knowing what you want in a relationship, but you're on this personal quest. Some of you could be doing it with another person. Some of you could be doing it on your own currently. But again, making sure you're on your path. Like, don't deviate from this path. So I would say for some of you on the love front, make sure you're checking in with this inner light and making sure that you're aligned. But let's clarify this column, we have the Justice card coming up a second time for you. Again, the Justice card is favorable for you. The Justice card is a card of cause and effect, win-win, truth coming out. Some of you could be celebrating like the surprise engagement. That could be the truth coming out, is like you are going to get engaged or proposed to. But again, this is positive for you. So I would say in general, just this circle of support is good and is definitely has your best interest in mind. We have the Ace of Pentacles next. Anytime an Ace card, this is a card of newness. With the case of the Ace of Pentacles, typically this is new job or some sort of money news. But I think that this is going to indicate possibly a new relationship for you. It's on top of that Seven of Swords where we're moving forward. Maybe some of you are in a relationship with a coworker too, and that's part of that job switch, that moving on, moving forward. But take this as a sense of newness, which makes sense because we're moving away from something and we're going to be finding something new. At the bottom, we have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is giving or receiving help. It's a very generous card. What I'm getting though, even though you have a good circle of support, it's on top of that Hermit. So it's like, make sure you're being generous to yourself. Make sure you're checking in with yourself and making sure you're on your path. You're fulfilling your own needs, whether you're single or in a relationship. Now let's move into our fifth and final column. We're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guide. So something for you to carry into the month of February with you. We have the card efficiency. For those of you that don't know, I work in business efficiencies outside of this, so I love efficiency. But this is very much so like a work smarter, not harder. Make sure you're not making things harder on yourself than you need to, Pisces. But let's clarify and see what messages we have going on here. Money energy feels really strong in this column. I'm just going to say that right off the bat, but we're going to start with our first card here, the Ace of Pentacles. This is a card of new job, raise, promotion, investment, some sort of new income. You had that you had the Ace of Pentacles right there too, but you did have a lot of cards indicating some sort of new money or new job. Maybe you'll be in business efficiencies like me. The next card we have is the Hangman. The Hangman is stagnant energy. You see this person is actually hanging there by their foot. It's kind of like hanging out and waiting to find what's next. You can't move forward until you have some additional piece of information that you don't have. The nice thing is when you do get that information, if we look at this card upside down, now it's the position of the Fool, so it's new beginning. So definitely some sort of new beginning or some sort of money newness for you coming in. Then at the bottom, we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups can mean a couple different things. When I see this card, oftentimes it means that we're not feeling fulfilled. Some of you could be feeling unfulfilled in your current job, and that's what's prompting this move. The other thing though is we have this fourth cup coming in here, and that's oftentimes unsuspected or surprise gifts. This very clearly is coming through as like this new job you have will have some sort of bonus structure or some sort of an additional incentive that you didn't have before. But let's clarify this column and see what other messages we may get. Some more repeat cards here. We have the Knight of Pentacles to start with. This is very reliable, patient, hardworking. This new job or new money has absolutely been earned. You've worked very hard for this, Pisces. The next card we have is the Hermit. We were just talking about the Hermit and this light within you. The message that's coming through is some of you have been waiting to make this next move, but they're saying you already have the answer. So make sure again that you're checking in with yourself. You know what you want, but you've like almost been waiting for a sign. So take this as your sign. Go within and find that sign that you need. Then we have the Judgment card. This is a card of clarity. This is that final decision being on your life's purpose, which makes sense because again, we have the unfulfillment card. You're not feeling fulfilled. So you need kind of a wake-up call to shift that energy and get you moving forward again. Overall, looking really good going into the rest of February, Pisces. This time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have questions in mind, you can pause this video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 9 of Diamonds. This is the number 39 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 6 of Diamonds. This is number 51 card. That is a no. Question number 3 is the 5 of Spades. This is number 6 card. That's also going to be a no. So Pisces, we have yes, no, no. We also have a card from our Healing Stones deck. We pulled this at the beginning of February. This is a crystal for you to carry with you for the month of February. You had calcite. Calcite is great for courage, growth. It helps get you out of like a lethargic state. It kind of drives you forward and helps with new ideas. And then last but not least, we're going to do a note from our Healing Notes deck. We can always all use more healing. Your message says, however you change through this journey, you will always be my inspiration. You will always be you. Thank you so much, Pisces, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Also, if you do subscribe, you'll be notified when I post videos in the future, and I usually post a couple Pisces videos a month. But thank you so much. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But have a fabulous rest of your February, Pisces.